Welcome back to the Mail-In. Happy Thursday, everybody out there. December 12th, Sally and I recording from a bright Austin morning. Crispy out this morning. It's beautiful.
Great.
We got Randy over there in the ones and twos. Just switching up the intro today. I'm Brett Merriman. I'll be your host today on this lovely ride we call the Mail-In Podcast. To my right, the lovely, the very Christmassy Sally deFries. Good morning, Sally.
Good morning.
What's up?
Just sorry, Randy, I adjusted my mic. Hopefully it still sounds good. It's been a hectic morning for me.
Okay.
But we're good. We're good. Fritz is his first ever Christmas program today.
Okay. What does that entail?
I think 20 minutes of singing songs. And I keep asking him what he's going to sing, and he just keeps singing Feliz Cumpleaños, which doesn't... Unless we're singing Happy Birthday to Jesus, I don't know how that really fits into the Christmas program.
Okay.
But what do I know? Not
Sure,
a teacher.
we could be.
Jesus Niño.
So We'll see. We will see how
It's just
it goes.
like a historically accurate nativity scene where they sing Feliz Cumpleaños. You know, we could. Somebody could get a little, just kind of make it about them. We're going to do a little twist on the old favorite.
Yeah, Fritz is a deep feeling kid. So he, I don't know how he'll react when he sees us, if he'll just come running for us or if he'll actually want to perform. So,
ooh, interesting.
TBD. We'll
Okay.
see.
So there's a world where he runs to you guys and watches the show from.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fun. A little Christmas spectacular.
A little Christmas spectacular. No high production value. Like I have friends with kids who are like being Clara and the Nutcracker. Is it Clara?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Clara. Like a full blown Christmas pageant. This is like we like gather in the chapel
In the
and they
foyer.
sing. Yeah.
And just do a little sing song. I like that. Christmas music is one of those things where no matter how old I am, I will always love the classic Christmas music.
What's your favorite?
I'm gonna go "Christmas Song" by Nat King Cole. Your husband, Will deFries, I've heard is on the prowl for some Christmas music.
Yeah, we need to get some. We only have one. Actually, sorry, we have two Christmas records. A Charlie Brown Christmas one by like the
Vince Guaraldi trio,
and then one that's like a bootleg Home Alone soundtrack, because I don't know if it's sanctioned by Home Alone. It looks like it is, but I think it was released like last year. And the songs are from both 1 and 2. So I think someone just saw a hole in the market, was like, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah,
I'm
hard pressed to think of the Home Alone soundtrack.
Well, you've got Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Like the Brenda Lee version?
Yep.
Okay.
You've got like Carol of the Bells by like those choir children. You've got
those choir kids.
Run Run Rudolph.
Yeah.
There's some ones that are specific to New York. Nobody Wants to Be Alone at Christmas. There's some other ones, but I was like listening to it and I'm like, okay, well, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, Home Alone 1 or Home Alone. And then I'm like, this is Lost in New York. And then I'm like, this is Home Alone. And Will was like, yeah, I think somebody just like got the rights to this and was like, let's ride.
I love it. I mean, if there's a hole in the market, go get it. If especially, well, they don't really have the rights to the songs. They can just kind of
I
guess they did.
They probably licensed them, and I think they licensed like the movie stuff.
There you go. Try the playlist I'm currently on is a Ralph Lauren Christmas.
Yeah.
It's all classics and keeps it, even from listening, it kind of keeps like in the 80s when like Wham was doing their thing. It keeps those out too. It's purely like pre-1960.
Yeah.
It's like the Make America Great Again of playlists. I was just like back to the 50s. So we're rocking with that. Right
okay. Put that on a hat.
I have it. Is it my fault or is it Amazon's fault for you?
Okay.
So I ordered something for my sister, a Christmas village house, right? For Christmas. I ordered this on November 26th with a expected arrival date of December 10th or 11th.
Okay. That time has passed now.
Correct. Not on Prime. Am I the idiot for thinking it was going to get there on time. It so far the shipping label has been created. That is it.
Where's it coming from?
California.
Oh, I was gonna say if it's out of the country,
Then
stuff
it's my
like that will
fault.
sit in a like shipping label created for ever, and then all of a sudden just show up at your door.
Okay.
But that's not the case, probably.
No, it's California. It's USPS, and I am now currently going to wait on like once it passes the next date, Amazon tells me, and just snag that refund.
Oh, so you're not even going to try to contact the seller?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get there at this point. I'm probably just going to order something else and then hope maybe it shows up. I don't know.
Yeah, until it passes the date and they say, oh, then no, actually, you need to come back after this date if it doesn't refund. That's happened to me before, and it's so annoying. You get a full refund.
Sure.
But it's like,
I
if it doesn't show up by the 11th, come back for a refund. Then it's like the 13th, and you go back. It's like, oh, if it doesn't show up by the 17th, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
You said by the 11th.
So I'm the idiot here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all shills in corporate America.
You have an issue with the
Yeah, I ordered some earrings for myself and another pair to give at a favorite things party.
Were they cute?
They're very cute.
Okay.
And this was around Black Friday. So right around Thanksgiving. That's 2 weeks ago. Sorry. Still haven't shipped. I got an email at midnight on Saturday from their customer service person.
Okay. So this is directly from a business.
Directly from a business. Okay. No third party. Okay. From Gene. Okay.
Shouts. Gene or GE or
Gene.
Yeah. Okay.
Old Gene.
Okay.
Like, oops, we oversold. The one of the pairs isn't going to be available till February. And I'm like, okay. So then I email back, like almost like within a few hours. It was midnight on Saturday. I'm like, who's doing this on Saturday? But anyway, I'm like, that's fine. Do you have the same? It's like the earring that I got is like the small baby version, but they have like a medium sized version, a large version. I'm like, do you have the medium or the large? And the gold color, I'll just buy that. And
sure. That makes sense.
At the Black Friday discount that you owe me.
There you go.
And I'm like, is that possible? Or can you just ship the other pair? Whatever. Right. No. Radio silence, follow up on Monday.
Come on,
Radio
Gene.
silence, follow up on Tuesday. Radio silence, follow up on Wednesday. Then I get another email from Gene saying that the other pair of earrings also sold out. But he has not put two and two together that he's already emailed me, and I've already emailed him back 4 times.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, hey, Gene.
Mr.
Lovely
Wilder.
to hear from you. I've been emailing you nonstop, attaching the threads so that you can see the paper trail. And I'm like, dude, seriously? And at this point, now I'm annoyed. So I'm just going to tell them to refund me because, like, I don't want it in February 2025. But I'm like, how hard? I know you're on your computer. I know you are.
I did it. Gene got.
Well, mostly because I'm just like, receipts. Hey, that's fine. Will you just ship the other? Which now, the reason they haven't shipped the other is because the other one was also out of stock. But I'm like, that's cool. Just like, will you respond to me?
Just give me something. Give me something to work with, Gene. Whether it's a refund or a new thing.
Now I've got to do that today. I got to go find a favorite things gift. Might use one of our sponsors.
Sure. If you could, I bet you that given how fast I got my mattress from Helix Sleep, you could probably get that done like today. If not tomorrow.
Giving someone a mattress for a favorite things party is probably a little aggressive, like, because we're talking like, like a white elephant situation where you're like wrapping it and then like somebody gets it and then they can like steal it. And like, I don't know that the mattress lends itself to that type of game, but I could print a picture of it and put it in a box.
I think a mattress from Helix Sleep is about as good of a white elephant gift as you can get because it is the best mattress I've ever slept on.
Wow.
Helix, they give you the tools to be your own boss in the bedroom. What I mean by that is they give you a test, a quiz, perhaps. I don't know if you took the quiz or Will took the quiz.
I took the quiz because I care about my sleep more than Will's.
That's fair. That's fair. And they dial you in. It's like a total sleep test for how you are supposed to support your sleep with a good mattress. They ask you what firmness you like. They ask you if you're a side sleeper, a back sleeper, a stomach sleeper, a combination of them. They're there to create a mattress tailored to you. And that's what I liked about them. upgraded to a king from a queen via Helix Sleep and their mattress. It's the best decision I've ever made. And do I have to go buy a bunch of other stuff too to support that bed frame or support the mattress? Yeah. New bed frame. That's your boy.
New sheets.
New sheets. Didn't realize that king size pillows were a thing. Gotta buy those too. I guess you can use your queen size pillows.
We have king size pillows and we also have 2 queen size pillows.
Yeah, there you go.
Pillow.
Little bedspread.
Yeah.
Well, upgrade your bedspread at home with Helix Sleep. Again, they give you a quiz. You dial your sleep in. You get one of their, I don't know how many different mattresses they have, and they are fantastic. They're comfortable, and they do improve your sleep. I mean, I truly feel refreshed more often than not. So here is the deal, Sally. 25% off site-wide, plus 2 free dream pillows with any mattress purchase when you go to helixsleep.com/mailin. Again, go to helixsleep.com/mailin. You're going to get 25% off site-wide, plus 2 free dream pillows. 2 free pillows, which is a great deal.
Yeah.
With any mattress purchase. And if you go to the upgraded version of the mattress, that is the Luxe or the Elite order, you're not only going to get the 25% off, you're not only going to get the free dream pillows, but you're also going to get a sheet set and mattress protector.
Wow. Looks like you should have gone with the Luxe.
Should have gone with the Luxe. I should have. Helix Sleep, helixsleep.com/mailin. Shall we begin?
Yes.
I'll head it.
Okay.
Hey, Sally and Brett. I actually said, okay, Sally and Brett. It's about time. We're getting serious here.
Yeah.
I want your take on this bachelor party problem. Here we go, Randy. Sally, I know Will is a noted, quote, I didn't have a bachelor party guy. And I'm in the same boat. I was married June of 2020, and my wife did her bachelorette party in February of 2020. She slipped it in just before COVID was in full swing. So she had a super spreader event. Mine was going to be in April. Obviously, I never had one. A few of my boys drove out the weekend before the wedding, and we did a little hangout at my place with beer, video games, and some socially distanced pool time. I state to this day that I did not have a bachelor party. My wife is insistent that I had one, and that I shouldn't get one, or even a boys' trip to make up for me not having one pre-wedding. Should I drop it, or should I rightfully keep pushing for a trip? I wonder who wrote this in.
I mean, okay. All of this to say, I haven't said anything yet. You should be able to take a boys' trip whenever you want.
That is very true.
You're a grown man. Like, granted, it gets a little more difficult when you have children and you need to like make sure your partner's on board with you being gone. But like a really healthy part of relationships is like spending time away from each other. So if you want to take a boys' trip, take a boys' trip. I don't know. Like, I think at this point, 5 years after the fact, labeling it as a bachelor party is like, are we doing that?
I was going to say, I think we're like the strip club bachelor party debauchery is kind of like, we can leave that in the past.
Right. In my opinion, and this is like to each their own. Again, go to a strip club if like that's
sure you can
what
do that
you
on a
want
Tuesday
and
if you like
your
Randy does.
Partner is cool with that. But like,
sure.
If Will at this point, I think still, but like if he was going to have a quote bachelor party, it would be more to just like gather his friends for a boys' trip and like them to have an excuse to go do one. Because I think the biggest problem with like planning guys' trips or girls' trips is like it never leaves the group chat. You know, you're just like, you dream about it and then no one actually makes moves. And I'll speak on that more, but honestly, the best way to do that is just for someone to take the reins and be like, cool, we're doing this in April.
Yeah.
And then everyone follows suit. Because if you start doing the like, can everyone do April 20th? And then like everyone's got an excuse. But if you're just like, we're going to Cabo April 20th, people are like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Either you can or you can't.
Right. But labeling it a bachelor party 5 years out, if like that's what it takes to get your guys to like all go on it, great. I don't know.
I think you can. I think you absolutely have a boys' trip. You probably lose a couple things. You can't if you're you can call it a bachelor party, but you're gonna lose. Like if you're trying to have 16 people,
Yeah.
they're hey, you got married 5 years ago, man. I'm probably not swinging like the spend 20 or $2,000 in Vegas with
Right.
bottle service and like you're probably like the number's probably gonna be lower than you maybe originally anticipated. But shoot for a boys trip. Go take 6 or 8 dudes to a golf course and here we go.
Yeah, I think for me the issue here, as somebody who never had a bachelorette party, is like I would have a hard time. It's not even about Will.
Mm-hmm.
Or if like Will was going to have a bachelor party, it's like, sure, that's fine. I don't really care. It's not about the partner to me. It's about asking that of your friends 5 years after the fact. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think you have more license to be like, hey, we're going to do, we literally thought of this while we were gone last weekend at Blackberry Farm. I was like, you know what? For your 40th, because you didn't have a bachelor party, why don't we like
do a
go
blowout?
to Blackberry and for
the squad. That's like Harbs did Cabo.
Yeah, like
there was 60 people at Cabo. For
I mean, we're not going to do 60.
Unbelievable attendance.
But I'm like, for me, it's more the consideration to your friends because, like you said, when you are in it, when you're 25 to 29 or even 30, you are shilling out thousands of dollars per wedding, mostly on the bachelorette party, and to ask somebody of that after the fact, like. I know that the COVID weddings, like we didn't get the same attention that everyone else did. You know what? That's fine. Like we're coming up on my 5-year anniversary. I feel great about it. Like,
damn, that is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Like, do I wish I would have had a bachelorette
français.
party? Yes. But then looking back on it, I'm like, I've had some girls trips since then. I've had couples trips since then. I've had fun. It would feel weird to me now being like, this is about me. We're all going to come for me. And even because it's still giving the vibe of like, I don't know if guys do this. Girls definitely do this. Like, don't think of it like a bachelorette party. Think of it like a girls trip. That's like a friend. This is a trip for everyone. I'm like, well, I wouldn't have personally chosen to go to Scottsdale and been with people that I never met before. So it's really not a trip for me. It's a trip for you. Okay. Let's stop with the bullshit. But doing that 5 years after the fact, like, no, this is a trip for all of us. But then it's like your high school friends and your college friends, and they don't know each other. And it's like, well, it's not really a trip for them because they're not vibing with each other.
I think guys are different. I think mixing friend groups is so fun because there's always you can be somebody for a weekend. You meet like Randy's like the wild card. I'm just
But Brett, this is what I'm going to explain to you. That is fun for you right now as like a single
30,
dude
who
is 30. Like when you're older and you have children and you have a spouse, your time is finite.
Oh, billion%.
And so it's going to, there are people like you who exist, obviously, but not everyone is that same person. So there are going to be probably 80% of people who are like, eye roll, like fucking Tom wants us to go to Lake Tahoe and I've got to fly across the country. Like, I think it would be better suited as like, hey, here's the text you send out. Love to do a boys trip. If you need an excuse to your wife, we're saying it's my bachelor party.
Call it my bachelor party.
But this is our boys trip. We're going to go golf wherever, or we're going to go to Miami, or we're going to do whatever the hell we want. But if that's the excuse you need to get off the ground, do it. But I just don't think a bachelor party 5 years out is.
Call it a boys trip. And then if you want like the steakhouse Saturday night, you're like, all right, this is my bachelor party dinner.
Yeah.
Shouts.
Yeah.
Question number 2, Sally, you want to dig in?
Yeah. It's a long one, so I'm going to be fast. Dear Brett and Sally, relationship question for you. I've been with my partner now for just over a year. Everything seemed to be moving us forward towards taking those next steps in the relationship. And while I was not ready to propose, it became clear that it was going to be on the table soon. However, just over a month ago during a wedding weekend for one of my best friends, my partner told me point blank she doesn't like my friends, that she had no interest in becoming friends with them or their significant others, and that she doesn't trust that I would choose her over my friends if I had to. For background, these friends these are friends I've known for over 15 years. We went to college together. Some of us lived together as roommates, and we've all been groomsmen in each other's weddings thus far. I didn't really know how to respond given that it was in the middle of the weekend's festivities. I was part of the wedding party and was trying to be there for my best friend. Now, a month later, we have not revisited that conversation except for the fact that we had to punt on our original, although not set in stone, plans to go visit some of them for a weekend this month before the holidays. The decision was based on her not wanting to go. But I can't help but feel her reasoning for canceling, too expensive, too busy for work, etc., were largely made up. Anyway, any advice you can give me to navigate the situation would be appreciated. Love the pod.
I think
Does this happen to you?
You go newfound glory. I choose my friends
It's
over you.
I know I know people specifically that this is their exact situation.
Really? Oh, that's juicy.
Or it was 10 years ago. And spoiler, they are still together. And
have they just erased the friends?
No, they still hang out, but it's not at the level of like the amount that everyone else hangs out, if that makes sense.
I need to know, why are these friends so bad?
Right. Here's the thing. There's always the chance that like maybe your friend. No, I don't think your friends suck, but maybe they're just like. There are friends groups where they're like all up each other's butts, and you're like, okay, like this is.
Yeah.
Sorry to all Will's friends. That's how I felt in the beginning. Like, and I liked them, but I was like, y'all could stop.
They were too.
You
like,
could maybe
too
chill
much
out for a moment, like of like being obsessed with each other.
Okay.
But I never felt that way about his friends. I like love his friends. It took time for me to like be friends with them. Like the first couple, even like year or so, because we didn't live where we're all spread out throughout the country. We didn't spend a ton of time together, so it took me a amount of time to like get to know all of them personally.
Right.
But I can see, I'm not saying that she's right, but I'm saying that I can see where like a significant other, and same for guys, like when you're around somebody's group of friends, specifically at like big weekends, like weddings, they're all home, they're like reliving the glory days of college. Will feels the same way around my friends. Like when we first started dating, he was the same way. He was like, y'all are all like really codependent and obsessed with each other. Like he's that way with his high school friends. I'm that way with my college friends. And it just takes time. The caveat is though that like neither of us were like, I hate your friends. I'm never hanging out with them.
I don't want to, like I'm canceling trips because I hate your friends. That's crazy to me.
I'll say two things. I think staying with her is going to make your friendship suffer. Because not only are you going to you're going to be tugged in two directions. You're going to be tugged towards your partner who doesn't like your friends and is going to like complain about them, bitch about them, not show up to certain things, be a bitch at things, etc. And your friends are going to, if they don't already know, they're going to know soon because one, body language, attitudes, etc. Like that's easy to read on people. But once one person gets wind of like, oh, Sarah doesn't like us, like that spreads like wildfire.
Yeah, and they're gonna not like her, and all of a sudden you're gonna isolate yourself.
It further isolates you because then the friends are like, this is what happened to us. We're like, well, fuck her. I'm not hanging out with them. Like I'm not going on my way to hang out with them, and then you end up pretty isolated. So if those are friends, you are. Now that being said, in this situation, like many of the people have like grown up. We're still friends. It's fine, but it's probably not at the level that it was 10 years ago.
Sure.
Also being said, 10 years ago, like your friendships change in 10 years when people move away, have kids, get married, etc. It's like kind of changes the dynamic of those relationships. So even as close as you think you are to your friends now, like 10 years from now, who knows what that's going to be like. But you shouldn't make decisions based on that. I think it's going to be really hard to be with somebody who's just so adamantly against what's like a core part of your personality. And
ultimately it's your, it's kind of a decision. It feels like here, not necessarily like an ultimatum, but are you comfortable with your relationship? Are you that into your partner? Is it like, are you cool with chilling those friendships over years? Because that's going to happen.
Right.
Or do you want to find somebody that fits more into your current structure of support and friendships and that kind of thing. I can't imagine being with somebody who's like, oh, you're texting the group text again? Those idiots. It's like, oh.
And I think old friends like this are almost similar to like in-laws in the fact that like you are the partner is coming into a relationship that's existed for decades before you were there. So there's always this like tug of like, especially in the beginning of relationships of like who does John belong to here? Is it like, is it the friends or is it Sarah? Like, and there's the like push and pull, but at the end of the day, a good partner, someone that you like want to be with is going to support your friends or your in-laws or your siblings or whatever. And so like having just outright like, nah, I'm good. We're not doing it.
I totally understand like one friend, maybe Connor's a dickhead.
Right.
But the
whole group
is crazy. And to be like, I don't want to hang out with their like Connor's girlfriend either.
Yeah.
It's like, damn,
everyone has had a partner who's like been around friends who's like, like so-and-so's being so annoying tonight. Yeah, I hate that guy. He's always drunk. He's always riling everyone up. That exists across the board. Mm-hmm. But to feel that way about 10 people,
it's like, dang.
He's aggressive. And that's going to be really hard to overcome.
Can you rewrite us? Can you just write back? And why does she hate your friends? Is it all of them? And is she expecting you to give them up for her? Or is this like, she's like cool with coexisting, but she's just not going to partake? I would like to know.
Even the cool with coexisting, she's not going to partake is going to become an issue because you're going to like keep seeing these people at weddings and when they have kids and if they live in the same city as you, like that's your friend group. So you're just going to like drop all your friends for her friends.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
It's not.
You know what's not crazy? What most people want for the holidays. You know what that is, Sally?
I can guess.
To see their favorite people more often. That's why this year, the best gift you can give, besides plane tickets, is an Aura digital picture frame. Named the #1 digital photo frame by Wirecutter, Aura frames are incredibly smart and easy to use, allowing you to upload unlimited photos and videos directly from your phone to the frame. Plus, you can order the frame online and preload it with photos and videos using the Aura app. So it's ready to go right out of the box. Sally, you are a huge Aura frame user.
Yes, we have one in our house, in our kitchen. I'm about to set one up on my bedside table. Mm-hmm. We've given them to both sets of parents. I was just talking before this episode. I think I'm going to gift one during my favorite things party since these earrings have not come in.
Wow.
And honestly, this is a better gift because earrings are very personalized to somebody's style. Like an Aura frame looks very classic. It's not going to like, it's going to go perfectly in anybody's home because it's not like specific, it's like, it just looks clean and classic. It's going to match with the decor and it's so easy to use and people love them.
It's a very like, my grandma who has an Aura frame that I got her a couple of years ago is not tech savvy. Like we thought we had texting down. We don't have texting down, but we're getting there. It's tech enough that she feels cool using it.
Yeah.
But also easy enough that she has no problem using it. And she like watches it like TV from all the cousins uploading pictures from all kinds of different things.
This works for so many people in your life. Mm-hmm. It automatically, I've always said this, grandparents, parents, amazing gift. Mm-hmm. Like they will just fawn over you. Kids love it. Fritz loves looking at pictures of themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of kids do. They like to see pictures of like mom and dad and like, things they recognize. So like that's a great tool for kids, but then even your own friends, because it's like, it's not cheesy. We've all like been there with like personalized gifts and stuff that you're just like, this is okay, calm down. This is a little too like cheese stick for me. Aura frame's not that. No. Like I would have gone and personally bought this for myself had I not got given one from Will.
There you go.
I am going to personally buy the matted one that you can hang on a wall.
Very nice.
But I mean, I love the one that sits on our countertop. It's so easy.
They're the best. They're a great gift for anybody in your life, old, young, super easy to use and just really, really fun. They tend to make people's day when you upload, an album and they see what you're up to.
Yeah.
And my grandma really likes it. I'll just give her stamp of approval. Shout out to Grandma Jean. You can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com. to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code MAILIN at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code MAILIN. This deal is exclusive to listeners, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. All right, Sally, let's do the next one. Here we go. Am I being a Scrooge, guys? As I've gotten older, I don't know why I just said that. Like, hey, guys.
What?
As I've gotten older, my family has stopped doing a lot of presents. We mostly just do my immediate family, and my parents never want anything. My in-laws, however, love doing presents. I don't really need anything, and if I want something, I usually just buy it myself. We don't have any little kids in the immediate family on that side either. How do I get them to cut back? If not, what is an appropriate spend? I did less for my sibling in-laws, but is $150 to $200 good, for the parents?
No, you're not being a Scrooge. I think
No.
that all of us at a certain point, especially after you're done like being a child, like the consumerism starts to really weigh on you, and you're like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
And as an adult with a salary, you're like, if I want something that bad, like I'll just buy it.
That's where we've gotten to as a society. It's like, guys, if we have Amazon, we're going to go get stuff that we need or even want. And Christmas has become, because the stuff you want is usually too big for a Christmas gift.
Right.
Unless it's a sig-oth situation.
Yeah.
Or it's for kids. The stuff that you don't need and don't want is the Christmas gift buying territory, that like $25 to $50 range. And it's just, it's junk. It's consumer's junk.
Yeah.
But there's
not an Aura frame.
Not an Aura frame. Right. Most like socks, right?
Just candle.
Candle.
And, wow, that's going to be so sacrilegious for Will. But like,
yeah, no.
Coffee mug.
Right.
Like that, teachers could probably speak to this the most because they just get a bunch of crap from people that they're like, okay, great. So excited to add this to my collection. No, you're not being a Scrooge. We have gone through this too. Our family, my side of the family, does not do gifts anymore. We get gifts for the children. And we all 5 siblings and their partners go in for a gift for my parents.
Love that.
So like my mom or my dad, so that we can like get them something bigger.
Yeah. And then don't you guys do like, maybe if you're gonna like to do a sibling dinner or something like that, and that's kind of like each other's Christmas gift.
So the past couple of years, we first started as like a white elephant situation or a Secret Santa where you just drew a name and then everyone like gave gifts to that person so that you weren't buying gifts for every single sibling and sibling-in-law. Then we switched that up and we just started doing like a group dinner where we were like, let's just go enjoy each other. Thankfully we're like all in town so we can like take the time out to go do that.
Sure.
One other thing that we've started doing as my family probably in the past like 5 years is being like, okay, instead of spending all this money on each other, why don't we like put it towards some charity? So usually what we do is like adopt a family. This year we did, all of us adopted, like preschool kids and we got them gifts each, like each of us like adopted a kid. And that was like, okay, this is what we're going to put our money towards instead of like getting each other gifts. So presenting it in that way is, I think, a little bit easier for some people to swallow. And you're still doing something great for the community. Will's side of the family, we exchange gifts. His parents like love giving gifts. His dad especially like loves sending like tchotchkes and stuff. Love that.
That's where I'm gonna go double back on myself and say I'm a gift giver.
Yeah,
love it.
And I don't want to like rob someone that of joy, especially like of the grandkids. Although I'm starting to reach territory too where I'm like, we need no other toys. Like at this point, I haven't even bought Fritz and Charlie anything for Christmas. I'm like, we don't need more crap in our house.
Just go find something from the bottom of the pile.
Literally going to go repackage some of our toys and be like, you haven't seen this in 2 years, so you wouldn't even know.
Look at that.
Look how brand new that is.
Knee hockey's close, by the way. I've been told.
Okay.
That's Uncle Brett's gift.
Okay.
It's coming. When you guys say he's ready for it, it's coming.
Okay. I think it's okay to just be like, hey, Will's sister did this like 2 years ago. I was like, where are we at on gifts? What if we just didn't do it? And I was like, cool. Like maybe other people feel the same way you do and they're just not expressing it. So they're just like going through the slog of buying stuff and they don't realize that like other people are on their side.
Yeah.
I think spending a $200 on a parent gift is fine.
Yeah, I think that's more than enough.
Yeah.
If you want, so my strategy when buying for whether it would be like girlfriends, parents, or something like in-laws that's not an immediate family member, you try to do something practical with a little bit of thought to it. So I like ornaments
Yeah.
that have some sort of cool, like personal, hey, we went to Yellowstone, got you guys a Yellowstone ornament. It's sort of a memory, some sort of thoughtfulness. You could go with a bottle of wine. You could go with a pair of slippers. You could go with a scarf. All good.
Will and I just now at this point for his parents, just like replace shit that whenever we're up there, we're like,
we got it.
We should just get him a new TV. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like one year, we're like, the knives aren't great. We're just going to get you some new knives.
Yeah. Who's the anti-Scrooge? Is Randy. Hell of a gift giver. Very thoughtful. How's that progress growing?
Yeah, it's super fun giving gifts.
Okay, this is what I'm going to say about gift giving, though. I love giving gifts. I love giving like random gifts. Like I love surprising Will with like a one-off gift. So I think,
yeah.
Or like a friend who's like down, you just like send them something. Whereas like Christmas, it's like so much pressure and like everyone's expecting it. Like my mom's like asking me for my list. I'm like, it feels weird for me to like list out shit for you that I'm like, then I'm also like, if I'm thinking of stuff that I want and or need, then I'm like, are you going to get it? Or like, should I get it myself? Like,
right. Should I save this for Christmas?
It's just, it wears on you. So I think what this guy or girl is saying is fine. I think even bring it up to your in-law, like your siblings, like the in-law siblings and your own siblings. Like, where are we at on this? Like, what if we just didn't and we like all pooled our money and got presents for the parents, and then like we just spent time together.
Sure, do it. Hey, like your gift is a card that says, "I'm going to take you guys out to a dinner, a nice dinner of your choosing, or whatever it might be." Just whether you create a memory or give like an aura frame, which is a great idea, kind of thoughtful, gives you an opportunity to score more brownie points with them. I think you get something. Get them to cut. They're not going to cut back. They're set in their ways if they want to have fun and give gifts, etc. So maybe you just meet them where they are.
Yeah. If you're an asshole like my brother, put an expiration date on that gift certificate of taking you to somewhere. He's done it.
Oh my God.
He's like, oh, it's
like
expired.
Maggiano's got to do it by March 1st.
He like, when I was like in middle school, he said that he was going to take me to Six Flags and there was an expiration date. He's like, no, you missed your opportunity.
Oh my God.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
That's so mean.
That's brothers for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right,
next one.
Let's do this next one, Sally.
Okay. Hey, Sally, Randall, and Brett. I hope this email finds you well. What is a random change that you think would make the world a better place? For example, I think in order to qualify for Social Security benefits, the old should have to retake the driver's test. Many a time I've been cut off or almost hit by an older driver. Not a knock on old people. Some are great. But man, do most of my almost accidents involve one common denominator, the olds. So what change do you think would make the world a better place? Lighthearted, of course. So you're not saying the killing of United CEO, or like we're not going to go to that? No, we're definitely not touching that. We are not touching
Luigi. Brett hates talking about that.
What? No. First of all, I want to say I think we should probably keep the Social Security benefits.
Correct.
Regardless. And then maybe switch it to like if you want car insurance, you should probably retake your driver's test.
I totally that's a great thing.
How about
say.
maybe
like, people should just we shouldn't. Not everyone even also knows how to drive, so like let's not make people get their benefits based on. But I agree. If you that should probably be like a.
Yeah, if you want car insurance, and most of the time you need that.
Well, I mean, okay, if you think about it, most car insurance is like if you have a ticket or something like that, like so there are checks on your car insurance, but like making everyone retake a driving test every 10 years is not a bad idea.
No, or a certain age. It's like, hey, once you hit 55, AARP, you do the whole thing, whatever.
No, you should just have to redo it like every decade on the 25. So really 16, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65.
75?
75.
In theory, you're right. In practice, that feels a little... That's tough.
No, Brett. This is mine that like I'm kind of going off what the person said, but I've had this take before. I think 10% of drivers should not have a license. That would be if I was president, radical thing. Driving is a privilege. not a right. It would get rid of traffic. I think the 10 top % of drivers cause the most accidents. And then if you want to go environmental play, there's left. Then there's economics and all that. Not that people have cars, but 10% of drivers get them off.
How do you tell that they're not in the or they're in the 10%?
Because of like
you do driving tests, all this stuff, and accident reports. There's like, I remember this TikTok where like a video went viral. This girl like saying like, I don't have my license because, and she lists off 15 like accidents she got in.
Yeah, she should probably be out.
I was like, there should have been. You should have like after 3 lost your license.
You can get your license. You get your license taken away at a certain point, and people just drive anyway. Right, which is crazy.
Well, that's the
amount
problem.
Of people you hear about.
There's a lot of people who are driving who don't have a license or insurance.
That's insane to me.
Yeah,
maybe that's just like our warped world, but people do that, and then they get arrested because they're like driving without a license. I'm like, you're 29 years old. How do you not have a license?
Well, I mean, there's other.
I understood. But what would you do to make the world a better place? Snap your fingers. Lighthearted, of course.
Okay, well, I like. There's probably like a lot of stuff I could talk about, but in the sense of being lighthearted and having a common enemy, Will and I flew Delta recently, who's normally great, normally great. Okay, I rarely complain about Delta.
You're stealing mine.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. Okay, no, keep going. What are you gonna? I thought I had such a good one.
We missed our flight. We missed our connection.
Okay.
By like 1 minute. Because our first flight got delayed by an hour and a half. I sprinted down the terminal, watched the plane leave the jetway, and then like we weren't allowed on because obviously you also have to stop boarding 15 minutes before. So we landed and they'd already stopped boarding, so the sprint was pointless. But they couldn't get us on another flight for 13 hours, and I was like, no, we're just gonna drive because we thankfully were within driving distance. So they decided to refund. We asked for a refund of the flight that we missed.
Okay.
Do you know how much we got?
I do.
Yeah. Randy, do you know how much we got?
$60.
$30.
Oh, God.
30. And I was like, hey, Delta, I am begging you to find me a flight that costs $30. If you can do it, I will shut up.
That's true.
I will shut up. I just think in this age, and this kind of goes with any corporation, it's like, can we, and so I dealt with that all yesterday, and they, shouts Delta, gave me a voucher for being like, this is really disappointing. Like, I'm pretty frustrated. Like, we also paid for a rent car and whatever. And the girl was really nice and was like, I can't give you more money because of like how it's calculated. But what if I give you
miles or a voucher, whatever.
And I was like,
okay,
cool. Okay. Thank you, Delta.
Okay.
I'm still pretty annoyed, but like, thank you. And it was, it's not their fault.
Yeah.
That the engine didn't start. But all of that got me to thinking, especially also dealing with Jean from this earring company. I'm like, can we go back to a world where we talked to humans again, or like have a special like code word so we can say for like, I am so sick of dealing with robots on the phone.
Yep. I'm totally there.
Press 0 for operator.
Yeah.
I feel like too, if you're like a loyal customer, that you should absolutely, I know that that exists. You have like a special line, whatever. You still have to go through
my Amex Platinum line where I get to talk to like a
very human,
well-spoken British man who's like, well, how can I help you today, sir?
But like, I don't even know what the actual fix is. I just wanted to complain about
empathy
robots.
and humans in a customer service setting, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want. Mine, which I thought you were going to steal, is all planes should board back to front.
Oh, yeah.
That's my immediate change. I know an infrastructure issue, but you should board back to front. If you want to still board first class, fine. But back to front makes board from the back. So there's no like
lag time.
Pause. There's no lag time.
And people are going to say the whole thing about luggage. Again, if you have a basic economy ticket, like you don't get a carry-on or whatever, which is so stupid. But like, honestly, if you board back to front and you let the flight attendants be the ones to put the luggage in, like boarding would be immensely more efficient.
There's no reason, and I'm back to front's not the right word. I'm trying to say board from the back of the plane. If you're sitting in the front of the plane, you get on through the back, you go to the front, put your thing up. It creates the flow is much better.
Oh, so you're saying board on the back door versus
board on the back door.
So you're not saying board the back of the flight
you
first.
You could do it the other way. I'm just saying if you have a nicer seat and I want to board ahead of whatever, You can board through the back door, go sit down.
Actually, boarding through the back door makes the most sense.
Right.
Board through the back door, have first class get on first, then you have the comfort people or whatever the hell, premium economy.
You're just switching the entry point.
Yeah.
Is all you're doing.
And you're staying out of the way of the pilots.
Correct.
All you do is just you just back the plane in.
Thank you. Instead of fronting the plane in.
Or you move the jet bridge to the back of the plane. Okay, this is the last thing because we gotta
skedaddle.
In Cabo, Southwest one time just opened both doors, and you have to take the bus out, and then you're on the tarmac, and it was a free for all.
You feel like you're
and
in
I was
Sicario.
like, hey, Southwest with open boarding, this was not a good call because people are just meeting, clashing at row 15, sprinting, and I was like, this is horrifying.
That's
this
wild.
is not a good idea.
You know what is a good idea, Sally?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Doubling your money with Prize Picks. It is the season of college football playoffs. The NFL playoffs are coming up. We got basketball in full swing. You got hockey in full swing, except the Sabres absolutely suck. But anyway, I can improve that by winning up to 100 times my money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. They have the best way to get action on sports in over 30 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. They are the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy. So your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half, does not return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. You can sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's just guaranteed. They also offer weekly promotions that lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, where each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts selected player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. Do you think Justin Jefferson might go over 83.5 yards next week? Maybe Christian McCaffrey runs for more than 75.5? Take the under because he's very injured. They're probably not going to offer that, I'll be honest with you. Come out, cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. So here is the deal. Download the app today and use code MAIL to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app today and use code MAIL to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Sally, you got to get out of here. So Randy and I are going to clean up.
Take the last one.
The last question here. Okay,
I've had fun.
Are you ready?
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sally. Randy.
Hi, Brett.
Coming to Austin for a quick trip to see the Goose shows on January 30th and 31st.
Will deFries.
December 30th and 31st. I get where January. Anyway, New Year's in Austin. Any recommendations on places to eat and drink before the show or after the show in Austin, ideally near the concert venue, or places to avoid that'll be mobbed for New Year's? Love the show. Thanks. I'm guessing this is at Moody. Let me double check.
Give a little research there.
It is at Moody.
Moody. So
Moody.
by campus.
Moody's Point.
All right. So
no, nothing.
I always gotta think you gotta do barbecue when you come to Texas, and I think Terry Black's for me is the best, as in it's the most convenient because the way that they do the ordering and just it might look like there's a line around the building. I've never waited more than 45 minutes in that line.
That is a great point.
The most I've seen it. So and it's really good barbecue.
It's my favorite barbecue in Austin. I think it takes the cake. I've had a lot of them, including Franklin, and Terry Black's is my number one. So get some barbecue. I wouldn't do it right before the concert.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to fall asleep. After the show is probably not an option. I'd probably avoid Dirty Sixth around New Year's.
So that's the part of 6th Street that because I don't know how familiar this person is with Austin, but the part of, honestly, just avoid this. If you ever come to Austin, avoid this area.
Yeah. If you're anywhere above the age of 24, you don't need to go to Dirty.
Yeah. It's the part of 6th Street that's in between Red River and San Jacinto. Congress? That area. Yeah. Congress. So yeah, that, I'm trying to think about other good places to go.
So the thing with Moody is it's kind of not, it's not out there, obviously. There's a place called Salty Sow. Okay, that is my recommendation. There's a Patrizzi's and a Salty Sow over by Moody. It's a bit of a walk. Like, by bit of a walk, I mean quarter, half mile, something like that. Maybe a little further than that. Go to Salty Sow or Patrizzi's. Both are restaurants before the show. They are fantastic. They are really good cocktails, extremely good food. Patrizzi's is more of a food truck Italian. Salty Sow is like an American Southern restaurant with some barbecue flair to it, a little bit of Tex-Mex too. So good. So hit up Salty Sow for sure. In terms of areas over there, I mean, there's a couple bars. It's sort of on campus. Yeah. I kind of just go hang out West 6th or West 6th after the show. Hit the dive bar circuit, Deep Eddy, Don's Depot, Mean-Eyed Cat. Cannot go wrong there. And stay away from Dirty Sixth and probably stay away from Rainy too. And there's umpteen guides to the Austin culinary scene that I'm sure you can find. But
I'm just trying to see if I actually, to be honest, I didn't really know exactly where the Moody Center was. Mm-hmm. It's farther than, okay, it's just a little bit more east of DKR. So you could like walk to even like Schultz Garden?
Schultz Beer Garden?
Schultz Beer Garden.
That's a great one too. But my recommendations would be Salty Sow, and that is a restaurant within walking distance of Moody Center that's extremely, extremely good. And then after the show, do the dive bar circuit. Start at Mean-Eyed Cat, go to Don's Depot, and the night at Deep Eddy Cabaret.
Yeah, just the thing that I don't know there is that with it being New Year's, I have no clue. I've gone out to New Year's before where it's not ticketed event in Austin. And it was absolutely terrible.
Huh.
So
really?
Oh yeah. We like
packed?
It was packed. Like you had to wait at the bar 45 minutes to even get to order a drink. And I was God. Yeah. So maybe like look into I am always people like shit on ticketed events for New Year's, like so hard to get a drink. I'm like, have you ever been to a non-ticketed event on New Year's? It is 10 times worse.
I get it. I will only go. I went to one ticketed event in New York for New Year's. It was like $150, open bar, whatever. It was so shoulder to shoulder slammed that I was like, well, I'm never doing this again. I like being at a house for New Year's. That's the best. Even especially if it's with like a group of 10, 12 people, you're just having beers and whatever. That's my favorite. Or a show is actually not a bad idea because you kind of have built-in ticketed entertainment. But yeah, I guess maybe the bars will be slammed. It is a Tuesday night, so maybe that takes a little bit of the edge off. But it's a holiday, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
And also,
time doesn't exist.
I will say Austin isn't the biggest like New Year's destination, but I would be cautious if you have a free entry bar that you will probably like not be able to get a drink. It could be slammed. So maybe
get some resis.
Ticket events.
Get some resis. Okay, I like that. Look into ticketed events. I prefer just go find a bar that's not slammed. There's 4,000 in Austin.
Sure.
Figure it out. Have fun. Shouts to Goose. Anyway, that's going to do it for us, Randy. Please subscribe to the Mail-In Podcast, rate 5 stars, review, and tell a friend about the show. Hit the hotline number 888-362-MAIL. That's 888-362-6245. Or you can write in at the link to the Twitter bio at Mail-In Podcast or under the in the description of this episode. Randy, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Rain Sherbacki on Instagram and TikTok.
Whoa.
Yeah.
On the talk.
Yeah.
Some Rick talk. We gonna build that thing?
Well, for now, because we'll see if TikTok is still around.
Oh, here we go. I'm Brett Merriman at Schmerriman on pretty much any platform you can find me on. Happy holidays. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.